Marcus Aurelius wrote that everything happens for a reason. Some reasons are good, some are bad, and some are indifferent. But he also said that everything is, quote, like a dream and a vapor. So he understood that all things eventually pass. Even our pain will pass. This too shall pass. I wanted to write this as a poem, so to speak, an exercise in brevity. It's hard to do sometimes, this sort of thing, but it's good practice. Let me know what you think. You have now come to your senses. You've opened your eyes. You see the world for what it is, and you see yourself as well. You see how you've wasted time. You understand the nature of distractions. And worst of all, maybe, is how little time we really have, how little opportunity there is left. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who came after the Antonines, he said, "He is a slave who lets his passions master him." We have these base desires and wants, and we don't want to be mastered by those desires. We want to live by our own rules, which means that we have to learn to control our emotions, to control our impulses. You're done with waiting for others to save you. You understand that you must be your own hero, right? That's why you're here listening to me talk about Stoic philosophy, because you know it's true. You've seen how you waste time. You've seen how you react to nonsense. You understand that anger does not solve anything. You know that fear is just fear. You know that no one is coming to save you. And now you're asking the question, what do I do now? And the answer, of course, is always the same. What are you doing now? What are you doing today? Are you moving forward even 1 inch? 1 inch is progress. How much better it is to be a small fish in a big pond than a big fish in a tiny puddle. Let's talk about distraction. We have this attention span issue, right? Our minds are constantly distracted by social media, by emails, by the million things that we have to do. But as Seneca says, all fools have something to say, but only the wise man remains silent. The silence becomes deafening. It's hard to be still, isn't it? I think it's harder to be still than it is to move. I think it takes more strength to be still than it does to keep going. But we have to get better at being still, at focusing, at paying attention to what we're doing. Why do you do what you do? Why do you seek excellence? Well, because you know that when you're mediocre, when you're average, when you don't try, that's when you're unhappy. Marcus Aurelius tells a story about a shield. He says, you could be like a shield, even if you're made of gold, if you never use it, right? What's the point of all this stuff we talk about if we never put it into action? What's the point of studying philosophy, of trying to be better, if you never go out there and test yourself? So if you're thinking about taking a step forward, if you're thinking about pursuing something that matters, go do it. Don't wait any longer. Test yourself. Go prove yourself wrong. That's where your real growth is going to come. They'll say, give me a break. Life isn't fair. And you say, no, it's unfair for both of us. You're not the only one suffering, so stop complaining. We like to imagine ourselves as victims, but in reality, we're all responsible for our own actions, for our own choices. We're all responsible for the way we live our lives. We have no one else to blame. No one else is responsible for our misery. If you want to get better, if you want to improve, you have to take responsibility for your own life. You're tired of waiting around for things to happen. You're tired of waiting for the right moment. You're tired of waiting for someone to help you. You're tired of waiting for your ship to come in. The ship isn't coming, buddy. Build a boat and sail away. Right. Get off the boat. Quit waiting. Stop hoping. The hope is a cancer, as they say Seneca says it best. He who is everywhere is nowhere. Stop chasing 2-bit distractions. Quit wasting your time. Don't let life slip through your fingers. I love what Renet said about perfectionism. She said she had the impulse to want to do everything, to be everything, but she was terrified of falling short. We have this urge to do great things, but we're terrified of failing. But we have to fail. We have to fall short. That's where we learn. That's where we grow. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're doomed to repeat them. You know, you're stronger than you think you are. You're tougher than you think you are. You're smarter than you think you are. You're braver than you think you are. So get out there and prove it to yourself. So many people get lost in comparisons, in competition. They compare themselves to the greats. They compare themselves to their peers. They compare themselves to their friends. But the only person you should ever compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. I have a dog named Apollo. My wife picked him out because she loves the Greek mythology. But he's a rescue dog. He's been through a lot, but he's learning. He's learning that he can trust us. He's learning that he doesn't have to be afraid. He's learning how to be a dog, basically. And it's funny because he compares himself to other dogs. He sees other dogs playing, and he wants to play. But he's scared. But we work with him, and we help him get past it. And he's getting better every day. But the only dog he should compare himself to is the dog he was yesterday. He shouldn't compare himself to the best dog in the park. He shouldn't compare himself to the smartest dog in the park. He should only compare himself to himself. We measure ourselves by our own standards. We set our own goals. We define our own success. I heard this story the other day about Muhammad Ali. So he's training for a fight, and he sees a young fighter sitting on the sidelines. And he asks the trainer, he says, "Who's that guy?" And the trainer says, "That's the new guy. He's undefeated. Everyone thinks he's the greatest." And Muhammad Ali looks at him and says, "He's only undefeated because he's not fighting. That's the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world." There's this pressure we feel to always perform, to always be successful, to always be winning. But as Ali says, the only way we win is if we actually get in the ring and we fight. The problem is most of us are spectators. We're watching everyone else fight while we sit on the sidelines and we wonder why we're not famous or successful enough. But you can't win if you don't fight. So get in the ring. Take your lumps. Take your beatings. Lose a few fights. But in the process, you'll become a better fighter. You'll become a better version of yourself. And that's the real victory. It's easy to procrastinate, isn't it? It's easy to put things off. It's easy to avoid the things that we don't want to do. But as Marcus Aurelius says, "He who is not willing to undertake anything for the common good, who does not bring order to his own life, let him quit being a man." If you don't want to do the hard work, if you don't want to put in the effort, then get out of the way. Get out of here. Leave now. Give up being human. Seneca says that emotion is like a wave. The trick, he says, is to surf the wave. So let the wave come. Let it rise. Let it crest. And then let it crash over you and wash away. Don't fight the wave. Don't struggle against it. Embrace it, ride it, and then let it go. Discipline is hard. Self-control is difficult. But you can start small, as Marcus Aurelius says. You can start with just 5 minutes. You can start with just one push-up. You can start with 1 minute of meditation. You can start with reading 1 page of a book. But the idea is to build up, to stack up small wins every day. Because as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Every man is what he is, and he can be no more than he will be." We're creatures of habit. We're creatures of our routines. So you have to start somewhere, even if it's just 1%. I'm looking at you because I know you. I know what you're capable of. I know what you can do. I know what you will do. Don't let yourself down. Don't let me down. Don't let us down. Go out there and be great. But above all, as Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Just be one. When you finish this video, I want you to go outside. I want you to look at the sky. I want you to listen to the birds. I want you to smell the grass. I want you to feel the sun on your skin. And I want you to remember this feeling. I want you to remember this moment because you will forget. You will forget the feeling of learning something new, of growing, of becoming better. But if you commit to this journey, if you commit to this path, you will feel this again. And then when you feel this, you will know you're on the right path. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It helps others find this content. Click the suggested video on screen for another dose of motivation. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this every week.